Greetings, everyone. It's an honor to be here. My name is Delight, and this is Jay and Karita.
Yes.
Karita.
Thank you, Delight.
Yes, beautiful.
Thank you.
And I'm really looking forward to hearing their visions of how we can move forward in this very exciting time that we live in right now. With amazing challenges that we're facing, very highly organized challenges from very powerful groups. And so clearly we need a vision to move forward where all the enlightened people, the people that are on the right side of history, can focus our energies and make sure we come out of this turn this, what is a terrible challenge now, into a wonderful, positive solution that kind of really boosts us into the future. And so Jay is here to talk about her beautiful vision of the Thrive Tribes. Mm-hmm. And how we can, and she's really an amazing organizer to really focus all of our energies together and really create a beautiful future out of terrible adversity. So,
thank you, Delight. Sure. We really appreciate your energy and your introduction.
And that you're another blockchain nerd.
Like, yes.
Yeah, blockchain.
Super nerd. Yes.
Blockchain nerds unite, for sure.
That's right. All right, thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, all right. Well, we are super thrilled. And as you were saying, I'm just going to expand on the comment that you made. We are visionaries. Jay is, I'm going to edify her a little bit because this woman is freaking amazing, just to put it nicely. You know, everything is about change, being the change maker. There's a lot of talk of people being change makers, but there's not a lot of change makers. You know what I'm saying? So we like to take action, and this woman took action to create a tribe, a Thrive tribe, and to create the Thrivevolution. And because she founded that, I found my purpose, and I am here today because of the Thrive tribes and me being a part of that, and knowing that the crypto space, the blockchain space, is where I feel that is part of the change. And Jay, I would like you to speak a little about the Thrivevolution and the crypto, and I'm gonna.
Well, first of all, I'm not gonna let you get off that easy.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. So Karita. So when she says that she found her lane and got her groove back, she means it. I have known Karita for a year, and in the short time of knowing her, I saw her from kind of hiding out in the background, observing, and not engaging and not getting involved, and just listening and observing. And this is a woman who was called, and she answered the call, to put it simply. And a couple of nights ago, I had the pleasure of experiencing her getting her groove back, because this woman is an extraordinary singer. And this will be the first time that she is going to unleash her voice here at the Global Freedom Convergence, because she doesn't have a choice now, because now I know, and once I know, there's no going back, because right now is a time where we're being asked to give our gifts. We're being asked to, you do you, Sophia. And Gary, I have to say, you do you well. You really do. And we're meeting all of these extraordinary people. Dank is up after us here. We're going to hear some of his poetry. And when we call this a convergence, I feel like we really mean it. What's happening is, in a way, the people that are in our lives that are not, tuned into the same radio station as we are, and not, talking about freedom and sovereignty, they're getting like a Jetson booth, like sucked right out, and nothing can be done. I thought, oh, the Indian, nothing can be done. So when we witness, and we're not having any fun at all, by the way, because I agree with Adam, is that, this is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun in this convergence, because what's happening is, as we allow what's not meant to be with us and we let go and we unclutch, simultaneously, we allow what's meant to come in. And when we see it, we know it, and we know the people, and we say, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And this girl and I, we're on the road, and we have a lot of fun. And so we're going to talk really specifically. I don't want to start out with the Thrivevolution, because we're going to reverse engineer that later. But I want to start with how this woman who has literally the most incredible voice I've ever heard, no joke, move over Adele.
So sweet.
No, really. It just took a little bit of wine and some good acoustics in Miami
wine.
and leaving the kids at home.
Yep.
And so I want to talk about how, as the manager of our Shillit.App, and I'm going to jump right into why we're talking about Shillit.App, is because blockchain, as many of you heard from Adam, is an incredibly revolutionary freedom technology. And what we were finding in our crypto tribe, because we run, multiple tribes where we encourage people to come and galvanize to give their gifts. And through the Thrive tribes, what we're seeing is, fueled by blockchain technology, we're able to scale change at levels we've never before dreamed possible. And so we're getting results. And so they kind of call me like the velvet hammer, or, the J executes. And so I'm really, serious about the business of change at the same time that we have fun. Because when you're getting results and you're seeing people winning, Adam, winning, right? When we're seeing people winning, you're like, yes, because a lot of people feel like they've been losing, and we've been losing for a very long time, and we're done with losing. I'm done. Who's done with losing, right? Over, done, boring story. And so much of the story that's going on right now, right? We hear things like turn off your television and, but really what we're talking about here is so Thrivevolutionary, so exciting, that those of us that are in the space, which is why I wanted Delight to introduce us, and thank you so much for coming and sharing the stage. It's not the first, not the last, and it was the first, but not the last, is because this invitation for all of us to participate in this acceleration means that we can drive in very fast cars, and in that speed, we can still smell the rose. But how many of you drive really fast and you drive really well because you drive fast? And if you slow
I
down,
know somebody who does that.
yeah.
Inside joke.
Just an example. And if you drive slow, you're actually less effective. Some people are is anyone in the audience multitaskers? Yeah, where it's like you're just more effective the more you do. If you want something done, give it to a busy person, right? So we're in this acceleration, and it's a beautiful thing. We're all getting out our popcorn because it's not going to be a boring ride. But it's like the elastic band has been pulled back so far for so long, with so much suppression, with so much oppression. And it's not a judgment, it's not a bad thing, but what that means, and the way I see it, and the way that we express through sort of the business of change, is that we're about to let that go and slingshot. So let's say we've had 40 years of pullback, right? Sitting on technologies, okay? Adam's going to be speaking about access to technologies that have always been there, but have been suppressed. We have access. We just imprison ourselves and exclude ourselves from that access. And when we say yes now, we say yes to, give me the access, right? I'm taking the access. I'm claiming it. I'm me. I loved what Adam had to say. So we're going to join together now in helping you to practically enter the crypto space. For many of you that are new, okay, this is a new language. And this is something that I wished I had when I started in crypto 4 years ago, which was a way to onboard without feeling like you are drinking from the fire hose. Because it's a really intense space. It's very overwhelming for many people. It's a new language. And a lot of people are getting hurt. Because where there's rug pull, because where there is a lot of magic, and where there's a lot of quan and possibility, I call money quan. We also see a lot of people, bad agents and bad actors, coming in to take advantage of people. How many of you guys have been in the crypto space and been rug pulled or lost money or had a bad experience? Right, most of us. And if you haven't, it's probably just a matter of time. So within our community, we saw that this was happening and people were losing. And this was not what we wanted to see, because knowing the power of blockchain, we wanted people to come into the space and have a great experience. And when we put it out to the community that we created something that was going to help them onboard, very simply, Karita went, let's go. She just knew that this was her lane. And I will tell you, we're blessed with the most incredible manager beyond now. We're moving into other projects and other things as we expand. So I'm going to really let her, because this is really her baby. This is really Karita's baby. And, you know, I have deep honor and respect for this woman. I can't imagine. We're moving down here. We're fleeing our country, I think. More on that later. So we've been on the road. We've hitchhiked together. We've had a good time together. And, you know, the world is bringing us together right now in a way that is so humbling and so remarkable. And Karita and I are on the road. So I'm going to hand it over to her so she can explain to you what Shillit.App is, how it operates, and how those of you, no matter how long you've been in the crypto space, can really benefit through this professional token vetting platform. Take it away, darling. Love you, baby.
I love that woman. She's amazing. You know, first of all, I wanted to really put it in perspective for those who are here or not here in the online. This is a freedom convergence. And those who are stuck in the 9 to 5, those who are, you know, stuck even self-employed, but still have to work for the fiat, you're not free, right? And with the shifting of everything, we know that our fiat currency is dropping in value rapidly. And who knows what's going to happen? I mean, in this space right now, in this time space we're in, everything goes by like this. It's like you blink and you're like, holy crap, what just happened, right? So this is why we were building the Shillit.App, and it has created a team of remarkable people. When you invest into something, anything, you know, if it's a business, if it's a project, what's the first thing you look for?
You guys can't be talking back there. It's too loud.
We hear you.
We hear you.
I hear you. All right. So, you know, when you're investing into a project, you look for what? I mean, you look at the vision and you look at the team. And so when our team was created in Shillit.App, we all just had to get to know each other, and it was amazing. But now, as we grow, we are family. And this is what we project to the community. One of our main goals is transparency, integrity, and honesty, because that's what we want to help give people in the crypto space. And trust me, that's not very common in the crypto space. So anyway, the Shillit.App is all about being vetted, you know, investigating, research, doing the work to save everyone else from doing all the work. And we're not financial advisors. Do your own research and don't blame me for mistakes that you make. That's the disclaimer. But in all honesty, there's, you know, every single day, and no matter what network you're in, okay, there's the Holo network, there's the Maddox network, there's the Binance Smart Chain network. All these networks, there's all these projects coming to life, and some are phenomenal, some are amazing, and some are complete shite, to put it nicely. And how do you know? Someone who's new, someone who is a little bit intermediate, someone who's really excited and has the FOMO and wants to get into a project to make the good money.
FOMO means fear of missing out, for those of you that don't know that term.
It's a very common word, FOMO. So you got to know that word. Anyway, so when you get into the moment and you're really excited to get into something, the scammers and the fraudsters and the just plain old jerks in the crypto space, I would use other derogatory words, but we're keeping it G-rated.
You're Fisher Price. She is not Fisher Price, not for one set. She's doing very well. We all need to celebrate that.
Fisher Price today. So this is why we created the Shillit.App, so that we could have people find projects that were first vetted by humans. Not just AI. I mean, AI can go and look for these contracts. And I know some of this is like a little bit jargon that you have no frigging idea what I'm talking about. But when you have a smart contract, it's basically all of this algorithm techie crap that creates the tokens or the currency in the crypto space. Okay, so I won't get into the jargons because that's actually our developers thing. And it's funny because when he starts talking techie stuff, sometimes I start falling asleep. But it's exciting to learn as I grow. So in saying that, I'm not a crypto pro at all. I'm not at all. But I knew that crypto is a really important space to be. So this project really, really lit a fire in me because I love serving people. I love helping people. And this project is all about helping people find projects and tokens and current cryptocurrencies that are as legit as possible that we can find. We're not perfect.
Worthy of the Quan.
Yeah, you know what she said. And so, and we have a stoplight system, like super easy. There's the red, the yellow, the green, and then if you get to purple, you're freaking awesome. Like, you got to be really good. And we do that because we wanted to show people the crap. If we actually had our beta testers have been so grateful because they've been testing our platform while we're getting it launched. And they're like, holy guys, thank you so much for showing me that this one is red because I was going to invest in it. And, they saved a few $1,000s from being lost because we told them it was crap. And then as soon as it was launched, so for those who don't know what a honeypot is, a honeypot, and how do you explain around honeypot? Honeypot is where it's there's a lot of green candles and a lot of growth and growth and growth, and then there's a fast honeypot and there's a slow honeypot. Anyway, in other words, the devs take the money and run. Okay, or there's the rug pull, which basically same thing, but I'm actually really bad at explaining these things. I own that. Anyway, rug pull, honeypot.
You know what?
Suck.
Let's pause for there.
Okay.
Explain who the we is that's vetting.
We have a team of vetters. So we have a team of normal people. We like, normal people, normal to us anyway. So they are also crypto enthusiasts. They started also being rug pulled or honeypotted or frauded, whatever. And they started learning the guidelines from, a lot of sources. They really studied to find the way to really vet projects. And it's a combination of AI and human intelligence because, with the AI, we can go find, they do all the algorithm stuff. But, for example, a human does this, hi, how you doing? What's up?
Hi.
And you can see the human interaction. So when we're interviewing the developers or the administrative team of a project, we can look them in their camera eyes and we'd be like, so we ask a question and then we'd be like, I saw you just look the other way. That's a little shady. And we can put up the red flags, because it's the human triggers that we can see. And also, when people, for example, don't show up on videos, like if you're in a Telegram group of this project and the dev's like, oh yeah, I'll have an interview with you with no camera. And you're like, oh, why?
Abort.
Yep, red flag, red flag. So those are a few things. I mean, we have a list, like, it's like an encyclopedia of guidelines that our vetters go through. And our top vetters are now training our newbies. We call them explorers right now. The guys are still wanting to shift the names. So it's really fun what they're calling our vetters. But essentially, it's people who are really excited and have been participating in our Telegram group. We're very active on the Telegram group. And are like, I really want to be a vetter. I really want to be part of this team. They love the project. They love the community. And they love looking for projects. So they come as explorers. They start bringing projects in. And they start to get trained by the top vetters. And that's how we're growing our team. And yeah, did you have another question?
No, it's okay.
Then.
You can take a breath.
Okay.
This is a little bit. She has a YouTube channel called Shooting the Shillit, which is great. I encourage you guys to go and watch it because she's really fun. But this is your first time kind of like doing this for a while, being on the big stage, no?
Yeah, last time I was on big stage, it's been a while.
Okay, so get used to it because you're going to be up here singing.
Yeah.
So we've covered the we. I just want to take a little minute and see if anyone has any questions up until now. Yeah, Steve, what's up, brother?
Project vetting potential investments?
Vetting projects, yeah. So we don't like to use the word investments in crypto space, just for reasons. But for if you want to enter into a project with your cryptocurrency to shift to another cryptocurrency to gain more cryptocurrency from that project, that's what we do. We vet those projects to see if they're crap or if they're good or in between.
We have a button on the website for people that they can go and they can submit the tokens they want vetted as well. So it brings us the tokens that people want to have vetted, or people who have platforms that they want to have vetted. The goal, obviously, for the platform is that we become the go-to place where people can come to find the best tokens that are available. You know, you go right to the purple, and it allows people, if you're looking at a token, you can come to the platform and see, oh, okay, it's yellow, which is like, it also allows accountability in the space, Steve, because, you know, let's say, for example, we contact a developer or a team and we let them know, look, we vetted you yellow. We really want to bring as many projects into the green, or ideally into the purple, as possible. And so, you know, here's where we found that you could, you know, pull up your socks and move into the green. And that's a gift to the space. Creates an accountability that allows people to give the crypto space a better name. And create more accountability. And it's really beautiful because, you know, we're not the only platform that's doing something like that, but we have a unique combination between AI and real humans. As it turns out, we're still useful. But it's kind of a magic point within the space when you have, for example, someone like Karita, who you can see is very authentic, right? Who has a YouTube channel, who's willing to say, I don't know. I mean, when was the last time you went to your doctor and he said, you know, I don't know, let me find out for you.
That's
like we have a thing in the crypto space that says, I know everything. I'm the developer of this project. And there's a lot of fronting that happens. And I find that because of the authenticity and the willingness to say, I don't know, we're going to find that out for you, or we're working on that. There's such a level of transparency that is so refreshing. And so when we say, you know, we're wanting to gain trust and integrity in the crypto space, it's because we're actually giving people that experience, and we're experiencing such rapid gains and growth right now because of that. Because people who've been in the crypto space for a while, they come in and they go, whoa, you guys are doing it differently. And we're doing it differently because we started from a community that had a need, and we provided, you know, created something, and then we're able to provide value to the community and solve a problem, which is a legitimate problem within the crypto space, is how do I know if a token is safe? You know, how can I be safe within the crypto space, which is why our logo is the shield, right? So this vetting will go across all of our blockchain projects. You know, we have multiple projects and multiple teams in the works, all with the goal in mind to create the Thrivevolution. This particular project and team comes together with the goal to redistribute wealth to the people out of the hands of the old systems and the control systems, the debt slave-based systems, into the hands of the changemakers, into the hands of the people. It's not, money's the easy part, you guys. You know, at this stage, money is the easy part, really. When you get into community and we work with our issues around abundance, and we really step into it and we step into this space, the money is actually the easy part. The question is really, what are we going to do with it? And who are we going to do it with? Right? Delight? I meet Delight right away. I'm like, you're coming with me. Like, he doesn't even have a choice now. He's getting kidnapped.
You're in.
Yeah. Adam,
You
same
had
thing.
her.
You know, you meet people, you're like, you're coming with me.
You're in.
Because we just know our people, and we just know it's time, and there's no more fuckery. I mean, it's just so
I thought
boring.
this was Fisher
right.
Price.
Fisher Price.
Right. Fisher Price.
Kane.
All right. Well, since you crossed that line, no. One of my favorite lines is redistribution the wealth to the masses, not the asses. I mean,
Right.
we're just dropping the M there. So, all right, you know, Shillit.App.
S-H-I.
It looks like a shit if you take out the L's. SHILLIT.APP. Shillit. And so when we started, it was actually Shillit.baby because it was really tongue in the cheek. And we're like, let's shill it, baby. but for real. And I still use the hashtag #ShillitBaby sometimes because I'm
it is fun.
super sassy. But we actually listened to our community, and they were saying, you guys, it's like another meme coin. Another shit coin is really a very common term in the crypto space. So we revamped, and we heard we're really big on community. And so we listened to the community, and they said, yeah. And so we revamped and became Shillit. We've still had some people be like, that's a really name. And we're like, exactly, because we're the freaking unicorns. So there was something that you said that, So we've had a lot of growth. Our market cap went up and it's gone down, and it's, a very healthy chart. And I wanted to bring this up because you had mentioned something, I can't remember, but it triggered me and I thought about this. So I'm going to bring it up.
Ándale.
Anyway, so in when projects are launched, especially we're right now in the Binance Smart Chain Network is what we launched our token, or the BNB. If you don't know what that is, we'll talk later. So anyway, there's a lot of projects that launch and they have this massive growth, and they have like huge marketing, and they give you this hype. And they have no project to back the hype. And you're like, what am I investing in really? I'm investing in air. And we didn't want to be the air. So we have grown very organically. And the people that are in are like some seriously hardcore, loyal community members. So much though, we have the meme king, not queen. He will kill me if I said that.
So this is like Adidas, potato. Karita
I call
calls
them
it a
memes.
meme. I don't know. What is it?
Memes.
A meme?
Memes. Yeah, I call them memes. Memes. Drives my sister nuts, so that's why I do it more. Anyway, so we have a lot of fun. And one of the things I always say is I like to be professionally unprofessional, because people are like, oh, you need to be more professional. I'm like, exactly not. That's what I want to be. Yeah. Because, the space, the financial world, and I'm a woman. I don't know if you noticed that part, but I am, shocker. But, as a woman in the crypto space, it's like the financial world has been a very masculine energy. And, nothing against the boys. I like boys. We're good. But we need more women, right? And so coming into this crypto space, into the financial space, as a woman, it's like sometimes you get some slack, right? And I don't take slack. I don't like slack. Just give me the slack and I'll just shove it back.
It's also really breaking out of, the old paradigms and the old structures of how it's supposed to be done. Yeah. And that's really liberating. Authenticity and truth, as it turns out, is really intoxicating. And in a time of deep lie and misinformation, truth is a revolutionary act, and truth is authenticity. And so we celebrate it within the platform, and we celebrate it across our entire community structure. I want to just switch gears for a second.
All right. I'm with you on that.
And are you guys wanting to hear? Are you guys wanting to hear some of our top picks? Who in here? I mean, that's always kind of a fun topic. We also really enjoy hearing about projects that you in particular are interested in and want vetted. That's always really, really fun. And if you talk to Gary, you only buy, it's just Doge. You eat Doge, you sleep Doge, you dance Doge. We danced in the streets of Miami with Gary. It was epic, Gary. Honestly, my first impression of you was epic.
I recorded her a lot.
I'm not really the type to dress in polyester, because I'm allergic to it, actually, Gary. So just so you know, that was the level of commitment and devotion to the whole thing.
She was a banana.
I was a banana.
She was a floppy banana. Just wanted to put
amongst many, I dressed up in a banana suit in the name of cryptocurrency sovereignty and freedom at the Miami Crypto Experience. And we danced. We went through the streets. Doge Disco is another really, really phenomenal project. And depending on who you talk to, we all have our lane. We all have what we love. So when you're in a community of vetters, you're also getting a similar experience to what we do within the tribes. So I was explaining to you, Delight, we work within the 12 sectors for the Thrivevolution. And why this is so valuable is because we're able to see perspectives from multiple angles. And so we not only vet crypto, we really vet everything from products to projects to everything across the board. Is this something that's going to help us move forward and thrive? You know, are they meeting really the standards of where we're going and what we want to live into? And so this project was born out of Wealth Tribe, okay, which is born out of the wealth sector. There's 12 of them. And then Wealth Tribe had a little baby called Crypto Tribe, which a community was born that's really a bunch of, you know, blockchain lovers and enthusiasts who branch out into Tech Tribe, who are exploring the innovations in technology and freedom technology and creating quantum collaboration all over the world so that we can level up in every sector. And so we have 12 sectors, but we have infinite tribes. So for example, in the environmental sector, we have our main one is Eco Tribe, but from there we branch out into Thrive Sanctuaries. Now where this gets really interesting is we are on a mission to onboard as many people into the crypto space that want freedom as humanly possible. Because we want to give access to people to have land share, tokenized real estate, land share, Thrive Sanctuaries all over the world where each place is growing. For example, we have a Thrive Sanctuary in Brazil. They grow hemp, which is a beautiful community in the mountains of Brazil. And we've got people on the ground in Nicaragua, Panama, Honduras. And so what we're seeing is as we have this reform in our financial system and onboard people so they can understand it and learn to speak the language, everyone can go, green means go. Okay, everybody can do that. And then the community supports in any questions or, you know, supports that launching into the cryptoverse. But more deeply, it launches them into the ability to have choice, and choice is freedom. And so when we give people the financial ability to join the movement of Thrivevolution, as we, you know, lovingly call it, now all of a sudden people are uniting all over the world to grow food, to open up new supply chains, to share resources, to protect our water, and to do all the things that we've all dreamed about for a really, really long time, but we've been talking about them, but we haven't actually been doing them. How many times have you heard people you know or you yourself have said, I want to live off grid and have an intentional community? Yes, I think all of us at one point or another have. And is it happening? I think it's happening, but it's, you know, it's a slow go. What we're seeing now, because we're having this crypto revolution, simultaneously that we're having revolution in all sectors, is now we get to cross-pollinate the sectors. So now crypto is now influencing real estate, influencing the building of community, how we build our infrastructure and our architecture and the scaffolding that literally supports all the things that we want to do. Now, to give you an idea, we have entry points. So one of the entry points right now that helps people wake up to why crypto, because many of you may be even asking, why crypto? And you may have many people saying bad things about it. So in Truth Tribe, a lot of people onboarding start to learn about, you know, what's happening in the financial sector, in the environmental sector, in the health sector, entrepreneurship, all the different sectors, all of the old structures are being dismantled. And so the inversion that we find ourselves in is a deep, deep inversion that is based on lies and deep manipulation. And most of our culture supports the lies and the manipulation. So as we break out of that, we must understand and have awareness about what's wrong. Why crypto is a big question right now. We need to understand why crypto, when we go down that rabbit hole and you wake up to the FTM, how many of you know what that stands for? I love Steve that you play the game with me. We follow the money. You follow the money. This is one of our biggest premises in our Thrive Solutions model, which says in every sector, focus on the issue, the problem that we face, and get deep awareness around it as a community. Like really understand it. So when we hold council every week, the Truth Tribers, those are the people that spend 80 hours a week studying what's going on in the world. And these are the people that we trust to give us that information. And they come to council, and in 15 minutes, we get the Reader's Digest version. Because I don't know about you guys, we're busy building blockchains. We don't have time to do 80 hours of research on what's going on the planet. So we rely on our Truth Tribe to bring us that information, and they bring it to us from all sectors. Now, conversely, our Freedom Tribers, Adam, Freedom Tribe, studying common law, okay, the laws around our sovereignty, natural law. This is a fascinating tribe, and a lot of them have been quite opposed to cryptocurrency, interestingly. These are the gold bugs, right? These are the people that are, like very retro. They want to go back in time. So the invitation to these folks is to create a bit of a retro futuristic opportunity to, yes, have the best of both worlds, but we speak their language. So what we're really doing, Delight, is we're meeting people where they're at. So you come and you give your gifts. If you, for example, are a freedom triber and you believe that change is created at the level of standing and fighting with your sword, right? With your shield, right? We all know those people. There's probably some in here. You feel the fight in you. It's in your blood. You feel your warrior coming out, right? We know those people.
That's me.
Yeah, and they're hot-blooded right now. They're like, they're beastly. And it's a beautiful thing if you're not trying to change them, because they're not going to change. That's who they are right now anyway. Over here, we've got our soul tribers, and our soul tribers, they believe that consciousness is how we make the shift, that it's all an inside job. So we're just going to meditate our way out of this mess. You know what I'm saying? Right? And so try to tell a freedom triber to meditate their way out of this. And try to tell a soul triber to
grab a sword.
fight, to grab a sword. They're going to be like, no, I'm meditating. Right? So what we're doing is you do you, Sophia, right? Everyone just come to the table. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's doing it wrong, because that propagates the division. It propagates the separation. It says, you know what, Steve? My way's better than your way, right? Right? I mean, we do that.
I've tried that, didn't work.
We catch ourselves doing that, and we're just creating awareness around it. And so the invitation here within this, global tribalism, which means we, think globally and we act locally. So if you're a lawyer, you're thinking, what are the precedents out there, and who else has this information? And as a tribe, how do we bring it to council to expedite access to intelligence? In Soul Tribe, access to intelligence, this is a different conversation than access to intelligence in Tech Tribe. Your idea of access to the unified field, Delight, is a totally different who's right? So we just say we allow ourselves to have multiple perspectives, and through those multiple perspectives, we create dynamic, radical quantum collaboration, and we are experiencing the results of that in real time, and it's fascinating.
So I wanted to just pop in for a second
Pop in.
because I'm popping. So one of the things that we've talked about too is, there's so many lone wolves, right? They want to change the world, that have these epic projects, these social platforms or this or that, and that's fantastic. However, there's a reason why it says it takes a tribe to raise a child. Because that child, whether it be our human child or your project or your barn, you can't raise a barn by yourself. It's freaking hard, right? So, you gotta go a little Amish in the mindset here, and it's a tribe.
tonight and empower us to reclaim our sovereignty through knowing the back door that he's talking about, that the elite know and use and take advantage of as they exploit those that don't have enough, that are always scrambling to get by. 20% is the number that you need to make extra a year right now to not be falling behind.
Yeah.
20%.
20%.
How many people do you know, Valencia, that are making an extra 20% a year right now? Right? So let's just let that sink in. We're like the hamster wheel is going to a whole other level. So let's just dive in for a couple of seconds, if we may, to the concept, Roger, to the concept of protecting our purchasing power. Because this is a really important concept in the cryptocurrency space, is we are on a very slippery slope now. We are in an asset shift. We are in the greatest wealth transfer of all time. Some know it, some don't. If you don't, it's like the Great Depression. We had the most millionaires created than any other time in history because those that knew positioned themselves for the transfer. So we're at the exact same place now, except it's far bigger than the Great Depression. And those that don't know will probably and likely, unfortunately for them, be in crises, because they will be left holding the bag of those that knew the secret sauce. So the secret sauce.
What's the sauce, girl?
What's the sauce? So gold has traditionally been what we call a storage of value. Okay, meaning if the sky is falling and the fiat paper government money, which is backed by nothing, okay, this is something that over time, just like Adam said, supply demand. The more we have a desire to have something or own something in the moment, like Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, the more we drive up its value. Okay, and the less we want it, the more we drive down the value. And this concept is so oddly easy and simple, and yet we continue to play their game. How many of you have noticed that the chip bag used to have a lot of chips in it? And now you're like, oh, I would like some chips with my air. You know, you're like, where's the chips? And 20 years ago, we'd go shopping and we'd fill our grocery cart. The thing would be full with $20. Now, how much does $20 get you?
Probably about 2 or 3 items.
Probably.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And right now we're in an acceleration of that, and it's happening so fast that my invitation to those of you who've been holding back, waiting to get into this space.
Get off the sidelines.
Yeah.
Hop on the train, baby, because it's fast.
Yeah, well, is to really understand that we're moving in that direction anyway. We're not going to go back from digitalization. It's probably quite unlikely at this point. So there is actually 2 things, and Adam again is spoken into holochain. You know, there's a lot to know. There's a lot of information, but there is something that I want to land for many of you watching this and those of you joining us tonight, is that there's the idea of centralization and decentralization. And right now, by default, many people will end up in government-controlled, centralized digital cryptocurrencies. And they won't even know the difference, that there's this whole other world. And so we're going to continue as a community, and along with Adam and people like Delight, to explore what it really means to decentralize, what it really means to be sovereign and free within this space. And at the same time, we're going to explore how we can cross-pollinate into other sectors and other realms so that we can really benefit the tribe. So let's move into questions, because we've covered a lot. I want to see if you guys are, is it, I know some of you are very experienced, some of you are fairly new. Is it landing? You guys have some questions? Dosi, are you in cryptocurrency? No. Awesome. Awesome. So are we speaking a different language?
No, I get it.
Yeah. Amazing.
I don't buy into it. And I won't buy into it.
I love it.
Much about it. I've heard too many people that have lost their homes because of it. I was very skeptical of it to begin with. And I just, man, I don't know. I'm very skeptical of, I guess, everything.
That's not a bad thing.
I'm very skeptical of everything. When it comes to investing, the only thing that I think is a good investment
That I hear what you're saying, and I used to think the same. But one of the things that has helped me overcome because it's for me, it was the fear of crypto. Like, I knew I wanted to get in crypto, and I understand about the land thing. I've owned various houses and lost them, but that's besides the point. For what's happening in the world today with the land being stolen from the owners by the government in many places, it's coming. That, I'm not even going to get on that subject, but the cryptocurrency, it's getting properly educated by the right people to see the possibilities of what can happen. If people lost their homes on it, I'm sorry. My father was a financial advisor for 30 years. If someone invested their home funds into a project, that's no bueno, right? That was very poor financial advice. And so, I get it. It's a big, scary. When I first got in the crypto space, I got super scammed because I was an idiot and I wasn't educated. And I totally, own that.
Let's stop right there. So, Dosi, I've had the pleasure of being up on stage with you and witnessing that you're a very brilliant woman. And I wouldn't say skeptical. I would say discerning.
Yeah.
I would say discerning. And I would say discerning is a good thing. And chances are you've had some access to education over the years, and you've been empowered through that education. Now, I'm going to guarantee that you've probably not had much education in cryptocurrency or in blockchain. Is that correct? Okay. So is it safe to say then that perhaps we may make an invitation to you before you do anything to access quality education in the crypto space? That's a start. That's where I would start for you. We have a team of 25 coaches that help people free workshops that help them on board into the basics before they ever put any money into it. And I actually won't tell anyone anything about anything anymore. I asked you guys if you wanted to know a token, and that was a trick question, and nobody bit. Unfortunately, but I don't tell people anything anymore until they've come into our academy and they've been vetted. This is a word you'll hear us use a lot, so that they're ready. Because, it's like going into, holding a sword and not knowing how to wield it. It's a very powerful space, but it can also turn on you if you're not educated and you don't know your coordinates on the map. And most people coming in are just throwing it against the wall and hoping it's going to stick, and then wondering why they're unsuccessful when they lose their house. It's a really powerful space when we are educated. And my encouragement is for you, because because of your intelligence and your intuitive nature, is to, we have a lot of people, for example, our soul tribers, that we do not educate them the same way we educate our architects and our engineers or our teachers, right? Everyone's going to really receive the information differently, and we have different coaches that can help people who speak that language, right? The soul tribers, we can understand it through an intuitive level, the projects that are in alignment. And you can cut out the BS really, really quickly, and the community actually vets projects from a frequency perspective. And so I would encourage you to look up a character named Christoph. I'm going to do my best to pronounce his name because I got schooled by Sadiq about how I was saying it. Melchizedek. I totally butchered it again.
Melchizedek.
Yeah. Christoph Melchizedek. He runs the Conscious Crypto Circle. And he's a phenomenal, phenomenal human, speaking into the higher realms of the grid that this is taking us into, even beyond blockchain. But understanding blockchain first is...
I deal in frequency. And so any financial decisions I've ever made, I deal in my frequency.
That's awesome.
So there are many, many, many people out there that are very, very good at talking. And I do this. I listen very, very closely.
You vet them. You go, girl. Yeah. Usually are.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So if I may,
And I respect you very much. So if you are recommending someone like Christoph, I would listen to him.
I think you would definitely resonate with Christoph.
I'll send you, Dosi. It's a bit long. It's a 3-hour. You can kind of cut off the bookends. You know, the beginning and the end is a bit of fluff, but the core of it is incredibly valuable information. And to those people that speak your language, all of a sudden you'll go, oh, because it's not about the money. Unfortunately, because there's so much money in crypto, it's made about the money, and it's really not. It's really not. When you really understand the technology and you understand what's happening, the money part is just this sort of byproduct that's sort of sometimes interesting to me personally. To a lot of people, it's interesting. You do you. To me, what's interesting is the freedom technology behind cryptocurrency is a very small part of the blockchain and beyond. And so these freedom technologies, you as a being, you will get it when I send you this. Let's say it's about a 2-hour download, and then we'll talk, and then it's like, where are you at then? Deal? I love it. Okay. So we're actually complete. So I encourage all of you to start to venture, start to play, and play safe. Karita often says some really fun, yeah. Yeah, thank you going there, Valencia, I love you.
I didn't get that memo.
Yeah, we're getting the memo. That's okay, we're picking up. So up next, I have the pleasure to introduce our dear new brother, very new brother.
Yep.
And we really had a chance to talk with him in the hot tub under the full moon eclipse last night, because there was a whole bunch of us freedom-loving folk under the moon last night, full moon eclipse, and it was incredible. And our brother Gary brought out some celebration, in food, and we were able to share drink and break bread, so to speak. And so I was just really honored. And I spent the most time talking with Dank, and I'm going to allow him to sort of explain a little bit about where he's coming from with his name, and his also desire, along with the name as we are, to break social constructs and rules and shake things up. But you really surprised me last night with just your awesomeness. And I know you have many, many, many talents, but you express them beautifully through poetry. And I know we only get 15 minutes with you, which is just way too short. So I'm not going to say a word more so we can get as much of that goodness as possible. Dank, brother, love you. Take it away, boss.
Oh, thank you so much. It's such an honor to be here with everybody in the physical and also in the online. Yeah, this journey to freedom is so important. And so my name is, the full name is Dank Fart the Pirate Poet, and Fart is P-H-A-R-T and is an acronym for pretty hot and reasonably talented. And the name was not a choice of mine. It was a name that was gifted to me in what I'm calling a gonzo mystic naming ceremony. We were high on some LSD, and a friend said, "You smoke so much pot, your farts smell like dank. You're Dank Fart." And so it's like, it's a medicine name, and just kind of holding that space and that frequency of life. And also it also confronts your own personal ego and that relationship of like, what is dirty or clean and all of that. But yeah, so the joke is that I smoke so much pot, my farts smell like cannabis. And so that it's also like a pattern disruptor, just like what I believe a lot of what the power of psychedelics are, is that they will show your patterns and help you disrupt your patterns so that you can create new patterns. Or if you do them in an unconscious manner, you can accidentally put yourself into a really bad loop that becomes a pattern that you have to find your way out of. So that's kind of the depths of the name. And now I'm going to share some of my poems that I feel are suiting to this. This piece is titled Peace Plants. Wipe crust from ice, time to awake, arise into action. Feel nature's movement stir weary bones, spirit whisper through vines, coiled serpent, twisted helix, ancient codes, smoke on horizon as Rome burns, dance among sacred ash that is tomorrow's fertilizer. Through flames of transformation we pass, needle threaded with self, weave dreams with patience from mystery, sip from streams as they journey to ocean, all those paths leading home. When did we forget our way? Drunk sheep blood sacrificed to wolves, masses rose glasses starting to lose color, puppets wooden talk strings starting to show, water flows downhill, dollars flow uphill, damned like the rest, harvested into oblivion, flip the script, time for a new story, old version bought and sold before our great-grandparents, down among black soil, up among pale blue sky, perched upon both sides of scale. Release warlords, shackles of debt. Remember, there is only source, all just a ship of dreams. Bankers pretend they are the creators, alchemical dollars sealed with iconography. Bankroll reality, corrupt bankers trading in debt. An honest man knows this game is no good. Mother on the rise to days of high culture, plants sovereign and free, a global community tapped into the system, roots network of Dow industry, run by no one for no one. We are all one. Somehow we equal over 7 billion. Something doesn't add up. It's not my math because I dance with quantum realities. So many storylines, it seems like you can't wake up from the dream. Bankers thought they could write the script into eternity. Cameras are getting old and they never learned a new game. Kids in the street are slinging reality into black holes, causing rifts in the king's absent underwear. He got paid an extra $50 to show his balls are the grandest. Our earth has been extracted upon for too long. Open-hearted, hand in hand, time is now to make a stand. Green revolution, planting plants for peace. Yeah, thank you. This piece is titled, Naked Moonbeams Dance Across Death's Bridge. Liquid light streams through all worlds, energetic seed from which life springs, speed of creation as it unfolds, heart blossoms to sprout petals from tongue, delicate sweet amber nectar drips from lips, blind arrogance of masculine, tried to rip out its sensual linguistic muscle, her name was lost from their vocabulary, deep where they had walled, root remained, light was dim, she walked the earth ravaged by him who could not see his reflection in eyes, two hands of creation separated, divided to wage war on self, and river of blood spilled from brothers at arms, free river of blood that flows from sisters' monthly offerings. Blind priests have spoken mud for centuries, masses' senses clogged by damnation's fear, children sent to wage reaper's tax in name of Father who is highest. How one spells syllables has split our nations at the core. With golden thread of liquid light, she stitches back that which was uprooted. Her name starts to babble in the brook. Water flows in starry night to cleanse this ancient wound. Life's tree once again reaches between worlds, pierced veil to grant visions unbound by time's yoke. Perception's rusted gate falls off broken hinges. Angels and demons once again dine together in the feast of creation. And now I'm going to read some off of this is my first book that I recently published, unfortunately using Amazon. We should create, what's what we need to come up together as a tribe is an alternative to easy self-publishing that's outside of the Amazon reality. That would be super rad. That's a project I would like to help make happen. But this is titled, Broke Past Reality Borders into Fields of Imagination. All right. This is titled, Wrecked Mind, Dusty Trail. My being is still as chaos swirls about. Grunge rock, comedy, spit-tune, drinking clowns. Mystery, sipper, dark lunar truth shroud. My flesh is infected with life. Death is the only cure. Killed self, still the meat sack remains. Now I sit just behind giggling. Please don't take me seriously. Life is tragic enough. Write every day, become a writer. Page is my canvas. Feed self to the typewriter. Trick to life is simply letting it happen. Life shall happen no matter what you do. Might as well go with it and stop fighting. Let body sing without shame its naked gyrations. Ride on through it till the dirt swallows old bag of bones whole. Strange days, misty haze, labyrinth of self, circumnavigated in typewriter finger dances, spellcaster of word vibrations. My blood is ink. I bleed myself upon the page. Write to life. Dear life, how are you doing today? Sincerely, your friend Dankfart the Pirate Poet. P.S. I super duper love you. Of vibrations. Yeah. Yeah. I've got a couple more. Does anybody know what I'm just gonna magic is brain. They slaughters coming to an end, stories generations old, dead heart, dead soil, damned internal wellspring. People are starved for muse's babbling brook. Fruit of creativity's tree withers, open gates to the garden by following unfolding path that continually presents itself at your feet. Off fool's cliff to find self amongst clouds of faith, carefree, abandoned beyond border fences, wild as flowers in meadow, spread seeds upon winds of change, days of white man bankers draws to an end, stream finds crypto cracks in the dam, people shall be free from chains of usury, we have no interest in exploitation, let the land be free, unburdened by economic contracts, her people dance to cleanse spilled blood, hatred's division flipped to reveal connections, open heart math to allow love to multiply. Abundance comes from neighbors feeding neighbors. Take what you need, give what you can. When we wake from illusion of separation, fields of eternity shall appear. What always was and always will be. Life, just a flash in a pan. Lightning strike in the void. Why waste those precious years on hate? Let us join together in healing our pain. A broken history has left us lost. A ship without a compass. Needle points to the land, out of the box, into the dome. Bare feet, bare chest, one with plants and beasts. Out of the cubicle, into the spiral. Walk slow, breathe deep, let feet fill path. Grounded in body, spirit in flight, no longer bound by fear, wide awake to co-create upon this relationship earth. Her people's hearts open, cooperate, never too late, always just on time. Through crucible we pass, heat burns away all that is false. What remains shakes off soot, cracks seed pod open, sprouts shoot into dark soil, movement underground right beneath King's feet. He's lost his connection to dirt, never feels roots growing, unknowing, sits in tower of dead elephants till it's too late. Party started without him, and the base shall bring down the castle walls. Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you all so much for listening. It's, yeah. All right. Do I have a time? I haven't been like, in Valencia, what do we have next? Do I have some more time? Okay, I will. This is titled, You Don't Figure Life Out, Life Figures You Out. I heard your turkey's from another planet, man. Good as a mediocre state of existence that's halfway towards perfect. Best deal around, sell yourself to yourself. Starlit eyes awoke in the dawn. Empty memories filled a vacant past. There is only one way to the other side, and that is love. Creation is abundant. Life is hard to live without dying. So much life in my bones. I can't stop rattling them. This is titled, Dreams Leak Through Eyes. Empty self in dervishes spilled wine, drunk off moonbeams breaking financial tides. Poets are wildflower seed thrown to wind. Spirit can't be tamed. Filters of light to dance full spectrum. Language rises from primordial emptiness. Somewhere they remembered to forget, laid bet twice, won 3 times, skipped the punctuation, went into eternity, sentences on the run, outlaw beyond the circle, unbound to all, interstellar blinks on a phantom radar. Past is somewhere in memory's fog, a discordant illusion wrapped in an ego's need to identify. What you create will save you. What you don't create will destroy you. Balance own scales to clear self-judgment, free to reinvent upon blank canvas. Mirror, mirror in your mind, transparent soul reflects peace. All reflections from witness, get off the stand, flip bird to wielder of gavel. Laws can't contain free spirit, shake loose chains to rest weary bones, place self upon thrones sealed in mystery, intone spells at cellular level, let light guide back to dark ocean. Follow heart's whispering roar, silence, fears, doubt as lead coat is lifted. Out upon water we walk light as feather. Push to crown, a new world is born. When fruit is ripe, it falls. When again we stand naked, eating fallen bounty, our hunt will come to an end, no longer keeping nights warm with witches burn. I have this one memorized, so I'm going to recite it. It's titled, The Human Race is Finished. Body is my temple, earth is my playground, vast cosmos my mansion. You are infinite possibility, a self-centered freak hooked on breast's edge, hooked into divinity's vein. Hooked into divinity's vein, move deep in rooted system, subtle vibrations guide way, life viewed as yoga practice, master of self, master of all, stretch perceptions to get proper view. No beginning, so no need to worry. The race is an illusion. We've been here before, we'll be here again, though the trick is to be here now. Open the present moment, we are the ribbon and the bow. Wake up to the gift of life as we travel down the dusty path, looking for home when it was always right here, hidden in plain sight, blinded by desire, always in need of more. How much farther do we have to run? How fast is fast enough? Future already happened. Lay aside fears as you listen with inner ears. Embrace a broken past. Let tears flow for healing waters. Shed three-dimensional skin. Awaken rainbow light body. Shine in the night as we travel to the homecoming party. Let universal families dance together. Marry the spirit with the flesh. Step out of reality into the living dream. The end is over and the beginning is near. Constant contradiction, opposites balance. Let go and be carried by a stream of radiant joy. We're just cosmic fish who forgot how to navigate the natural currents. Yeah. Cool. I'll just keep reading. And Les Valencia is cool. Well, I like to be mindful of the entire. Okay, I'll follow you. Okay, cool. Haha. Thank you too for the permission. Huh. This is titled, Mommy, why can't we get a solar panel? Juggling gummy bears on hot plate saloons served barbecue slingshots from the 8th dimension. In hindsight, the mathematical equation is entirely irrelevant unless tempestuous clouds turn orange and melt into your morning cup of joe. 3/4 of the population wear purple silly hats. 23 brain scans equal presumptuous Christ complexes. Everyone has a Christ complex. Most are still the walking dead, hung up on the flesh game, can't let go, so they lay a heavy trip on everybody. Gotta learn to relax and lighten the load. Enlightenment. Cool. All signs point to bless. Let love flow through tributaries of flesh. Hot lava passion to incinerate dams of self-denial. Flood deserts of barren heart. Nectar wets lips. Creation's seed cracked husk. Shoot sprouts into darkness. Roots for tomorrow's sweet fruit. This is titled, Life Comes Alive as You Release Control. Said hi to a lonely alligator, shot the thought police with my mind, drank down the poison lies to transmute them into truth. Strange underpants worn as helmets, city was invaded with silly gooses, renegades found back alley rainbows pretending to be flatulent hippopotamuses on Sunday, March 23rd, the day the world found itself. World discovered that it was humanity, as humanity discovered that it was the world. People finally understood that they were polluting themselves when they polluted the sacred home. The only war that exists is the war against yourself, or so said the thoughts of a laughing Buddha statue. Nuclear thoughts devastated the mindscape. People were left having to think for themselves. There was mass suicide as grocery stores shut down. When cable went out, the masses forgot language. Plants started to communicate. Network of nature awoke. A new day was upon Blessed Mother. Past were the times when people suffocated their souls with zombie-like consumerism. Stage set for trampling. Cows looked on with disdain. Alligators never saw it coming, swooped from upon high, ghost riders of psychotic dreams. Strangely, no one noticed pigs were flying. Out came textile lizards of the hidden desert. They slithered upon the children's tongues. Their dreams careened into a summery oblivion. Purple noise was the sound of future TVs. They run on plutonium. Everyone is immune to radiation, but they are still depleted by lies. Rocket ships stopped by a medieval disco. All the gents wore turtle suits with gold lapels. Time bombs exploded. Past became future. This is titled Immortal Path. Put earthly body back to mother, dust from which it came. Feed self into the soil, let it nourish crops. Vitalize your family, food packed with love. Awaken cellular knowledge, reach into black hole, make light at the beginning of the tunnel. And I feel like this one is very fitting with the process that we're going through on the planet. It's titled, Mad Fools Drunk Off Angels' Wings. They looked at the ships the others were building, laughed, called them unseaworthy. One day, much to their surprise, as they looked at the seas before their eyes, the others took off for the skies, as the seas upon the others' view was a vast blue, just not the one most pirates watch for. It was the poet's tilted gaze upon eternal pastures that saw there were much stranger seas than the ones before these vegetable eyes, and its horizon was the other's compass. Thought mad till they took off, It was their giggles that fueled the beast, rose past reason's border, off to Everland, where the wine brook constantly babbles a song for the drunken fools to dance upon. And I'll just keep reading until, yeah, it's going to be. Thank you all so much for being here and listening. Yeah, I love you all, and I love the space, and I love the cultivation as we step through the crucible that is these current times that we are here on this planet to celebrate and move through and honor. And this is titled Human Being, Not Human Doing. I ain't trying to be nobody. Wear skin suit, carbon dream machine, follow breath to dive deep into ocean of stealth. Still this body remains. What to do, who to be, where to go, strip naked, swim in buckets of paint, splatter carbon skin suit upon hemp canvas, follow it that led Jack, Neil, and Alan to tear across open road of heart. Impulse of creation beats wildly in ears of Blake's children to dismantle fences of inhibition, past boundaries of man's jaw into hungry jaws of ecstasy. Thank you all so much. And you can find all my work, DANKPHARTIM, the only one. Yeah, so.
The only one, the one and only.
Yeah, and I do have a Patreon, and with my Patreon, you get an exclusive monthly NFT package for $33 that is only available to my Patreon subscribers. Thank you all so much for being here, and many blessings to you all.
Thank you so much, Tank. So we are going to break for dinner. Go and have some mange-a-mange. We all need that ground down to get ready for our 8 o'clock activation. It's not on. That's okay. I'm portable. I'm portable. Here we go. All right, take 2. You guys can hear me now? All right. So thank you, Dank. That was beautiful. I saw a lot of people enjoying that immensely. You're definitely one of a kind, my friend. So we're going to break for dinner. We're going to have some good eats and some good company here for the Great Convergence. And then we're going to reconvene at 8 o'clock for Sadiq's 808 activation. And then we have the amazing Adam Apollo giving his presentation on invincible trusts and the secret financial history of the United States of America. It's sure to be incredible. So we'll reconvene then. You guys have a good dinner, and we'll see you back here at 8 o'clock again for the 808 activation by Sadiq.